Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning. Sorry, I was a little slow there on the good morning.
What happened?
I was up late.
Why?
I'm hooked.
Well, basketball games?
No, surprisingly not. The World Baseball Classic has me hooked. Just hooked.
Well, that's good. There's good, healthy.
I was getting
things come out
nervous.
of baseball.
The United States needed to win last night. That was a must-win.
Did they win?
I was getting very nervous. They did, 3-2 over Colombia. They'll play Venezuela on Saturday.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I am. Felt terrible for the Puerto Rico pitcher, Edwin Diaz, the star closer for the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing for Puerto Rico. Came on and closed out the game against the Dominican Republic. They're celebrating. The next thing you know, they are carrying him off the field with what apparently is a knee injury.
From celebrating?
Well,
it
happened. I mean, it happened after the game. It happened, when the game was over while they're on the field. So I mean, I didn't see any. I don't know. I don't know if it came. I don't think it really came in like a pile-up situation or anything like that. But that was terrible to see.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
I won't say who it is because you don't really want people to know you're on vacation, but I did see a picture on social media yesterday of some friends who were attending.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
man. They were having a hot dog. And,
I'm so
showing
jealous.
a picture, and it looked like a lot of fun. That's all well and good, but I think one of the things we need to do is read through your changes due to the weather.
Okay.
And then maybe talk about something a little bit dark.
Oh, well.
But
okay.
We don't like to do that on the breakfast show, but don't let it scare you away. It's not about something bad. I will explain it.
Okay.
Also, as we read these, and Brent's going to read the changes due to the weather, should mention too, I don't believe that's on there anymore, but the food truck bank that was going to be in Mason City today, they called that in yesterday. That will not take place in Mason City, and I just realized that's not on our list here this morning. Might want to mention that, but they're not going to have that. And I think everything's fresh on there, Brent, if you want to dive in.
All right, here we go. By the way, the reason for the weather today, it's very simple. The first track meet of the year was scheduled for today. Yes. Now, granted, it's indoors, I think, at UNK.
Yeah.
But there will be several area schools, and we'll mention these that let us know here in these announcements, that won't be attending now. We'll start with Anselmo Myrna Public Schools. Late start, 10 o'clock today, no breakfast or morning preschool, and it says they will not be attending the UNK track meet today. Ansley Public Schools showing a 10 o'clock start this morning. Buses run accordingly. Arcadia Public Schools, 10 o'clock start, buses run accordingly, no breakfast. Arnold Public Schools, 10 o'clock start, no morning preschool. Backbone of Healthcare in Broken Bow now announcing that they will open at 10 o'clock this morning. BD Broken Bow, going to get a late start on the day shift today. Day shift starts at 11 a.m. at BD. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Burwell Public Schools, 10 o'clock start. No Calamus Kids morning preschool at Burwell. Callaway, 10 o'clock start. Buses run accordingly. No morning preschool. Litchfield, a 10 o'clock start. Buses run accordingly. Loup County Public Schools, 10 o'clock start. Buses run accordingly. They will not attend the UNK track meet. Ord Public Schools showing a 10 o'clock start. Sand Hills Public Schools, 10 o'clock start. Buses run accordingly, and they will not be attending the UNK track meet today. Sargent Public Schools, 10 o'clock start. Buses run accordingly. Of course, like Loup County, making Twin Loop, they'll not attend the UNK track meet. Stapleton Public Schools, late start today, 10 o'clock. PTC, it says, will be rescheduled. I assume that would be Parent-Teacher Conference.
I thought so.
Okay. SEM Public Schools showing a 10 o'clock start. Thetford, 10 o'clock start, no morning preschool. And also a message from Trotter Grain and Fertilizer, Loup City, Nebraska, announcing that their Trotter feed meeting has been postponed and moved to March 29th at 6 p.m.
And a big thank you to Custer Public Power, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body for making the announcements available to you folks out there. We appreciate their help and thank them very much. We do have school lunch menus. Now, all the schools so far are just going 10 o'clock start, so they'll still have lunch. Many of them, as you heard Brent mention, will not be having their breakfast this morning, but they'll certainly have lunch. And let's just start with the Prairie Pioneer Center. We haven't heard anything different from them, but if they have lunch today, they'll have roasted chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy, mixed veggies, dinner roll, and dessert. Call them at 872-6121 if you'd like to have a meal there today.
Litchfield today showing roast beef for lunch at Litchfield.
And Selma Myrna Public Schools, they'll be having fresh-made cheeseburgers, macaroni skillet with garlic breadstick, popcorn chicken with garlic breadstick, fresh-baked ham and cheese subs, vegetables, fruit, and milk.
Cozad today showing spaghetti with meat sauce with Italian bread. Also pepperoni calzone and popcorn chicken on the menu today at Cozad.
At Ansley, it's grilled cheese sandwiches, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Loup City today, hot ham and cheese sandwich or a Reuben sandwich with oven potatoes on the menu today at Loup City.
Broken Bow schools are on spring break. No classes today or tomorrow.
What scheduling? Spring break on the first 2 days of the NCAA basketball tournament. I wish my school would have done that when I was growing up.
I don't know if that's the reason.
Oh.
They may have. I mean,
Okay.
There's coaches who are happy for sure.
All right, Gothenburg today. Some of their choices will include chicken enchiladas, sausage, peppers, and pasta, pizza, and a deli sandwich. Some of your choices at Gothenburg today.
Thetford, corned beef, hash, fruit, vegetables, and milk. All right, those are our school lunch menus. We're going to play the game here in just a little bit. Also, this half hour, the Dave Davis Farmers National Report is coming up. We'll round out the hour with that. And let's see, what else? Oh, I wanted to remind you that we'll be giving away a $25 gift card to Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill today.
Oh, nice.
And that's going to be nice. So be sure and listen for that. We had an Irishman win yesterday. Yes, I wanted to go to just let you know.
No, now I'm getting nervous. These pauses give me pause. Especially when you say we're going to talk about something dark.
Yeah, it's something I'd like to try that Aaron Rodgers tries.
Yes. Are you going into the darkness, Dave?
I'd like to just take a little break and go into the darkness pause and get my act together.
Good.
You know,
All right. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers announced that he was 90% ready to retire before he went into his dark pause and his getaway on the dark side.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
I don't know what it means. I've never been on a darkness retreat.
I haven't.
I don't know.
So now he's going to play for the Jets, right? Or the
Well, yes, yeah. That he made his intentions known yesterday that he is fully planning on joining the Jets. Now, the deal isn't done yet.
He wants to
And
go there,
from-
but maybe they.
Yeah, but my understanding is what's holding it up is trying to satisfy the Packers in compensation
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
for the trade.
Well, he said on his podcast that Green Bay going to trade him, and he went into that dark retreat and came out and decided he would be interested in the Jets. So we'll see what happens there. He's been with the Packers 18 years, and he turns 40 next season. So maybe he need to go into a dark retreat and kind of think things over. But anyway, that's the dark side for today.
Okay.
We're going to play the game, and today is Thursday, so it's Subway Sandwich Day, I think.
Yeah, Subway Sandwich Day, and I saw that Ryan Anderson from the Garden Center is planning to come in today. So with that in mind, I'm going to throw in, along with a Subway sandwich, a $5 gift certificate to the Garden Center.
Good idea.
So good prize for you today. All right, we're asking questions about Ireland and the Irish because tomorrow is St. Paddy's Day. So here's your question. What is the national symbol of Ireland? What is their national symbol? Your choices are the crown jewels of Ireland, the Irish wolfhound, the Celtic harp, or the Blarney stone. What is the national symbol of Ireland? The crown jewels of Ireland, the Irish wolfhound, the Celtic harp, or the Blarney stone? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
We look forward to seeing you soon at Bo Bootery. We still have some winter merchandise available, including shoes and fashion boots. But to be honest, we're in a spring state of mind. It will be here in no time, and we already have new spring styles hitting the shelves. So spring on in and see what we have. Spring styles are coming in, and spring itself will soon be here. Bo Bootery, proud to be your home-owned shoe store in Broken Bow.
The Callaway Good Life Center offers a facility with the comforts of home. Services include skilled nursing care, long-term care, respite care, and more. Callaway Good Life Center is a great place to work, offering competitive wages. Call 836-2267 for more information.
At a time when Get Up and Go seems to be in short supply, you've got to have a parts store on speed dial that you can trust. For nearly 100 years, WinQuest has been here to keep central Nebraska on the move. And with well over 100 years of combined experience, our crew is dedicated to getting you the right part with the best possible service. Combine that with an inventory that's practically bursting at the seams, it's clear that your best move is to Napa. Get Up and Go to WinQuest, serving you since 1925. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
All right. Thanks, Amy. We have Jan on the line. Good morning, Jan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Well, not too bad. What's it look like out your window?
Oh, there's snow on the ground.
Is it snowing right now? Can you tell?
A little bit.
Little
I'm
bit.
staying home today.
Well,
No, I
good
don't
idea.
blame you, Jan.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe we can make your day here with a Subway sandwich. Here's Brent.
Okay, Jan, what is the national symbol of Ireland? The crown jewels of Ireland, the Irish wolfhound, the Celtic harp, or the Blarney stone?
I'm going to go with the Blarney Stone.
No, I'm sorry.
I
That's
thought,
not it.
I second guessed myself there, so that's okay.
No.
You-
It's the day before St. Patty's Day, for crying out loud, Jan. You have to win.
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
so
I'm wearing green.
well, if you're wearing green, then I'm going to give you another chance. Okay, here. So it's not the Blarney Stone. Your other choices are, there's Crown Jewels Ireland, the Irish Wolf, and the Celtic harp. So what do you think?
It's a Celtic heart.
Hey, it
yeah,
is,
yeah,
Jan.
yeah.
Well done.
Don't tell my husband he's Irish, so.
Okay.
I don't know that everybody would know that question, actually.
I wouldn't
I
have
know.
known it. Well, Jan, because you're a winner today, we have a couple of prizes, actually. We're going to give you a gift certificate for $5 to the Garden Center in Broken Bow and also a free 6-inch sub at Subway. So just come on out when you can and pick up your certificates.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
Jan.
good day.
You too. 7:45 is your time. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a Thursday. And, yes, it has snowed. I think there was rain ahead of that snowflake. Looked out this morning early. It was about 4 o'clock, and it was just wet. And then when on the way out here, I was surprised how much it was snowing.
Yeah.
But we haven't had a lot of accumulation so far. Maybe 3 inches when it's all said and done, but they're talking about possibly having clear skies later on today.
Man. But be careful of the winds.
Yeah, that's really pushing you around.
Gracious.
Should make a correction here, too. I just realized this morning when I was writing down the moisture, which we got 500ths in the gauge this morning and 400ths before that, but then I realized I missed 1200ths that we'd already logged, and that was from the last snowstorm. So we had 1600ths on the board. So we actually have 2100ths for the month now. So my apologies there, but that's a little better than 900ths.
Yeah.
21. And I think it might be a little bit more than that because we didn't, I don't know if we caught everything during that snowstorm.
Oh, was that last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're over 2000ths for the month, which, is better than 400ths.
Yeah.
You walk outside today and you have to think about the little calves, that are standing on the ground or, being born and delivered. So good luck out there, guys and gals. It shouldn't be too awful bad. It could be a lot worse. I know you folks out there that have done this for a number of years. You've seen a lot worse than this. We could live without it for the little baby calves, but they're pretty tough once you get them warmed up and standing on the ground. So good luck out there. We appreciate what you do.
I'm thinking of the ones who came into the world yesterday.
Oh, geez.
What, 70? Did we hit 70?
69 at 5 o'clock.
69 degrees. They come into the world at 69.
Oh, gosh.
And now they experience today. They got to be wondering what in the world.
How rude is that?
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's not fair even. All right, we're going to play some oldies today. Yesterday was Country Day, so today we're going to go back to some oldies, and we're going to kind of hang around the 50s and 60s. Ten minutes before the hour.
Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on cancellations and postponements for you, especially in regards to schools. We just hit the refresh button, and it does pop up now that Anselmo Myrna has closed school for today. So no school at Anselmo Myrna. And once we get past the 8 o'clock news, we'll just hit the refresh button again and give you all of the school information and other announcements that we have at this time. But we do see now that Anselmo Myrna has closed school for today.
All right. Yeah, we'll watch that. I imagine there'll be some other decisions that may be made along the way. Wanted to kind of talk a little bit about National Farm Rescuers Day, the third Thursday in March. Let's tip our hats to those who support farmers in need. A lot of times we think about farm organizations, and there's lots of different ones, but this is a group who helps farmers in need, and that probably goes back to before Farm Aid. That was one of the big pushes out there during that tough time. By the way, this is also Everything You Do Is Right Day. Now, yesterday
really?
was Everything You Do Is Wrong Day to remind you you're not always right.
All right.
So today, make up for everything you did wrong yesterday. And or everything you did wrong day yesterday can be erased now because everything you do is right today.
Wonderful.
Don't get cocky about it.
Okay. Try not to.
Very important day, National Freedom of Information Day, celebrating the right to know everything about your government except for aliens in Area 51. That's still classified.
Okay.
That's not in the Information Freedom Act because of aliens. Birthdays. Nancy Wilson, 69 today.
Wow.
She is the guitar playing half of the sister rock duo Heart. And while Ann does most of the band's vocals, Nancy sang one of their biggest hits, These Dreams. And that pair is interesting because they're kind of opposite of what you'd think you'd be. I saw a documentary piece on them, and the quiet little sister that doesn't do all the singing is really the grounding for the pair, and keeps things in order, and doesn't waver much. And Nancy she kind of goes a little crazy. Wolfgang Van Halen is 32, the son of legendary late rocker Eddie Van Halen. He's 32 years old today. So there's a few birthdays for you here on The Breakfast Show this morning. If you're having a birthday, celebrate, have a good time, and enjoy your day of birth. You're kind of like the baby calves. Yesterday, you could have been out having a good time.
Yeah.
Today, I guess you can go out if you want to.
Speaking of having a good time, had to go to when I was off work, had to go to the store. It was after 5 o'clock, I think. May have been pushing 6. But went through downtown. Oh, my goodness. The park on the square
yes.
was just loaded with kids and parents and family. What a great sight that was. I mean, it was packed.
It was packed.
Downtown.
We saw it, too.
That was great.
We saw that. We saw people on little scooters, motorcycles. It was like it was June rather than March yesterday. But to see the kids out was really was cool, wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
I thought so.
All right, folks, we're going to check after the 8 o'clock news and refresh our postponements and cancellations for you. So we'll have that for you after the 8 o'clock news. Also, want to get back to reading some literature about some of our area businesses who were honored at a recent Chamber of Commerce banquet, and we're going to be talking about Runza today, who have been in business 15 years. So we're into the 15-year category now, so we'll be doing some of that. As Brent mentioned, we'll also have the Garden Center in. Looks like our guest list includes Off-Broadway Assisted Living, Pearson Physical Therapy, and Subway sandwiches. Talk to Matt a little bit later on. So that's all coming up here on The Breakfast Show.
We come on this loop, John.
with Dave and Brent.
Good morning, folks. This is Jim Eberly with Dave Davis Auction Service and Farmers National Company. And to start off, folks, I want to thank the Gransinger family and all of my help, and also the Bartok crew. I mean, there was a lot of those guys up there helping get ready for that auction. Phenomenal auction. We started at 9 o'clock, sold two ways for quite some time, and then probably finished up in that 5:30 time frame. Weather did finally work out for us. Had a phenomenal auction, great family, and again, we want to thank them and thank all the crews for making it all happen the right way. Now, back on the next auction coming up, we have one for the Custer School. It's March 18th, Saturday, of course, at 1 o'clock at the Custer School. It's at 727 South 6th Avenue, just up from Wollongo South. There's a 10-burner South Bend gas stove, a Blodgett gas oven, dishwasher with metal wash bay, food warmers, double sink, Roper washer and dryer. You got coffee makers, colanders, metal bowls, all kinds of metal lockers, metal racks, cabinets, clocks, wainscot, cabinet, all kinds of things, folks. Memorabilia from the Custer School. Again, that's at 1 o'clock on Saturday, March 18th at 1 o'clock again, because generally we start earlier than that. It's going to be in the auditorium, lunchroom, whatever you want to call it. So it will be a little packed, but make sure you come if you want anything from the Custer School. Then back on the 1st of April, we have our machinery consignment auction. Kim's working on the flyer for right now, getting it all typed up and ready to go. Again, that's April 1st, 9 o'clock start out there at the fairgrounds. Make sure to get your items in. We'll take items all that week prior. Get them in there. Usually a large auction. Again, we'll start that at 9 o'clock. Then in the way of the real estate, folks, if you're thinking about doing something down the road, the market's been pretty strong, pretty aggressive. Give me a call, 308-870-1785. Kathy's cell number's 308-870-2744, or the office number's 308-872-6413. That's all for this week, but make sure you come to this Custer School auction again Saturday at 1 o'clock. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPVN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Pentagon released video today of a Russian fighter jet buzzing an American drone and drenching it with fuel before the drone crashed near Ukraine. CBS's Weijia Jiang says it supports U.S. claims.
Before that footage was made public, Russia denied hitting the unarmed drone, calling its very presence a provocation and accusing the U.S. of increasing its spy operation.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is set to assure lawmakers on Capitol Hill today the U.S. banking system is sound. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
You know, they're not letting something move on into territory where they can't come in until the last minute. So I think that has helped stave off this panic that is real.
Yet another atmospheric river is ready to drench flooded out California. Governor Gavin Newsom.
You look back the last few years in this state, it's been fire to ice and, you know, no warm bath in between.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, authorities are trying to locate a missing Kearney man after he didn't show up to work one day. On March 4th, family members of 56-year-old Patrick Weber filed a missing persons report with the Council Bluffs Police Department when Weber failed to return to Kearney and attend work. Officers said that Weber traveled to Council Bluffs, Iowa on February 27th and checked into a hotel near Interstate 80 and the South Expressway. He was last seen in Council Bluffs. Weber's vehicle, a blue Buick LeSabre with Nebraska license plate 9E7999, was last seen parked and unoccupied on March 6th in the 8200 block of South 48th Street in Bellevue. Anyone with information on Weber's whereabouts or his vehicle is asked to contact the Council Bluffs Police Department. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, Here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL, where Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show what we all expected. He intends to play for the New York Jets this season. The Jets and Packers are still working on restructuring Rodgers' contract and figuring out trade compensation. No timetable for when that could be completed and finalized. Juju Smith-Schuster, wide receiver, leaving the Chiefs, going to the Patriots, 3 years, $33 million. Quarterback Baker Mayfield signs a 1 year, $8.5 million deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. World Baseball Classic, USA beats Colombia 3-2. Mike Trout driving in all 3 U.S. runs. They advance out of pool play into the quarterfinals. They'll take on Venezuela next. Meanwhile, the big news out of the World Baseball Classic is Mets star closer Edwin Diaz suffering what appeared to be a serious knee injury in the post-game celebration after a win over the Dominican Republic for Puerto Rico. Diaz was taken off the field, couldn't put weight on his right leg. College basketball final 2 play-in games. Arizona State beat Nevada 98-73. Fairleigh Dickinson over Texas Southern 84-61.
Here's your weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning continues. Snow showers today mainly before noon. Patchy blowing snow is also possible. 1 to 3 inches could accumulate. Highs top out near 32 degrees. North-northwest winds will be strong, 20 to 40 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. And then tonight, partly to mostly cloudy and windy. More patchy blowing snow, and lows fall into the upper teens. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Phil Jensko.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
804, yes, Reputation Defender. I'd like to have that for my own personal use.
Yeah, you should.
You need it.
I want all my bad stuff to stay down at the bottom.
Yeah. Could be a lengthy list.
26 degrees outside, cloudy skies. I believe the snow is picking up there. Snowing pretty good now and starting to accumulate. Winds are out of the north, 20 to 30 miles per hour. We've seen gusts up to 40 out at the airport this morning. Barometric pressure is at 29.85 and rising. Humidity at 92%. As we talked about yesterday, our high was 69 yesterday afternoon. Overnight low of 27, now at 26. Sunset today at 7:45. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:48. We picked up 500ths precipitation as of 7 o'clock this morning. Our corrected total now, 21 hundredths for the month. And Becky is here from Pearson Physical Therapy. That would be Becky Pearson. And she doesn't need Reputation Defender. She's good to go. Can you sit with us a minute while we go through postponements?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
All right, yeah, we have a new one. Looks like Ansley just posted that they're closed now for today, Ansley schools. So as we go through the list, Anselmo Myrna Public Schools showing closed now, Ansley showing closed, no activities and no practices. Arcadia is still showing a 10 o'clock start today. Arnold still showing a 10 o'clock start, no morning preschool. Backbone of Healthcare announcing that they will be opening at 10 o'clock this morning. BD and Broken Bow going to start their day shift late today. Day shifts will start at 11 a.m. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster announcing that they will open at 10 o'clock this morning. Burwell still showing a 10 o'clock start for their school. No Calamus Kids morning preschool. Callaway still showing a 10 o'clock start. No morning preschool. Litchfield still showing 10 o'clock start. Buses will run accordingly. Loop County Public Schools 10 o'clock start. Says they will not attend the UNK track meet today. Ord Public Schools 10 o'clock start. Sandhills Public Schools in Dunning still showing 10 o'clock start. Also announcing they will not be attending the Kearney track meet. Sargent Public Schools 10 o'clock start. Will not attend the UNK track meet. Stapleton 10 o'clock start. Parent-teacher conference will be rescheduled. SEM 10 o'clock start they're showing. Thetford showing a 10 o'clock start. No morning preschool. Trotter Grain and Fertilizer Loop City announcing that the Trotter Feed meeting has been postponed and moved to March 29th at 6 p.m. And let me hit the refresh button and make sure that we're current, at least at this moment. And Litchfield Public Schools now showing closed. So Litchfield is closed. Thetford is now showing closed for today. So the schools that have went closed now are Anselmo, Myrna, Ansley, Litchfield, and Thetford now showing closed for today. And we'll keep an eye on that, especially through the next hour.
Yep, and you folks can do that too on Sandals Express page, because it'll update on the closings page if you want to check it for yourself. Big thank you to Custer Public Power, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body for making these announcements available to you from us here at KCNI KBBN. Becky, how you doing?
I am doing great. How about you guys?
Well, we're doing pretty well. It's good to see you, by the way. My wife gets to see you once in a while. I don't get to see you very often.
Well, I was here a couple weeks ago, and then you were off playing, so.
That's right. That's right. We did do a little playing, which we've been talking about. Yesterday it was 69 degrees outside. The park was full of kids. People were taking walks. The activity was at a high level, and it's time to prepare for this upcoming fun season, possibly at your clinic.
Yeah, so we're having a stride clinic this Saturday morning, and there are a couple spots left. So that's why I'm here, to remind people to get signed up for that. The weather might be cruddy today, and it's going to be cold on Saturday, but it's going to be nice in our clinic. So they can come on in and get ready. And so whether they're having pain when they're trying to train, whether it's for a marathon, half marathon, or they even just, put it as a goal to run their first 5K this year, that it's a great opportunity to come and get your stride evaluated. If you're having foot pain, hip pain, knee pain when you're walking or running, it's a great time to have that looked at free of charge. So basically you get a free physical therapy eval and time. You get half an hour that you spend with Andrew to really assess how you're walking, how you're running. Are there any things that you're doing that are contributing to that pain? And he'll give you some shoe recommendations. He can look at your feet and see if you're wearing the appropriate footwear for what your body type is. Because if I have a high rigid arch, I'm not going to take the same shoe as somebody with a low flat arch. And so it's really good to have somebody evaluate that for you and make a recommendation. And we're not selling shoes. We're just telling you the type of shoe that you want. And Bo Bootery and Geared for Sports are great about helping people here in town. And I always encourage people to go downtown and check out our local stores, because they're wonderful. And if they don't have what you need, they're usually good about ordering it if they can. So it's a wonderful opportunity for people here in town to get some free advice on just staying active and moving. Because on days like yesterday, Mother Nature is just teasing us a little bit here and there, and but everybody wants to get out and do something, but if you're hurting, it's really disheartening to think, I'd love to go for a walk, but my knee hurts, or I'd love to do whatever, but I'm in too much pain. So
and would you talk a little bit about, because again, I'll raise my hand, that's why I need my reputation protected, because we talk to you about, maybe if you haven't walked for a while, certainly running, but even walking, maybe you shouldn't just walk out the back door and take off. Maybe you should warm up a little bit. It'd be great to see Andrew before you maybe really got into a regiment. And then the other part of that is you think, well, my shoes, even the ones that I got that maybe were recommended, they do flatten out, don't they?
They do, and we may not realize that they need to be replaced. And so the good thing about the Stride eval is that we can take video of you, and so you can actually kind of see how your shoes might collapse, or maybe your knees are collapsing in. Sometimes it's hip weakness, and so we'll notice like a hip drop more on one side versus another. And so you will actually get to see that right in front of you while you're walking on the treadmill or running on the treadmill. And so, you know, you don't just have to take our word for it. We actually have some video to show you of yourself. And then if there's a little thing that Andrew can tweak with your gait, you can try that and then see the changes on the screen in front of you. And he can have you model like a elite runner. If you're a track person and you're wanting to just get a little faster this spring, you know, he'll put up like a collegiate level runner up on the screen, and you can try to mimic that form and see how that feels. And then hopefully then you can take that to your track practice or to your running form once you get an idea how that feels. And so it's really a really invaluable tool. So I really hope that some of the track athletes come in and take advantage of it. Usually we do have a few of those every year because it is a great, whether you're a sprinter or a distance runner, it's a really good way to get ready for the upcoming season.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about if you're a pole vaulter or a high jumper, getting to the point where you take off,
right?
You might be in better form for that.
Right.
So they need to make an appointment for this Saturday, and you have a couple spots left.
Yep. So if they call the office at 872-5800, then Darla will take the call and tell you what we have available still. Because like I said, we do have a couple spots available. So the earlier they call, the better off they'll get the spot that they want. And if they can't get in on Saturday, Andrew's good about working with people to get them in during the week too, but it is a little bit more challenging. You know, Saturdays, everything is all set up and everything is good to go. But if you just can't make it this Saturday morning, we could try to work you in during the week as well.
Now, I don't want to downplay technology and this what you're talking about using here, but I have experienced something I'd like to confess to you at this time.
Okay.
I know from experience and walking in the snow that I walk like a duck. So when you, this is something maybe other people might do to decide, hey, maybe I need to go to the clinic, because you actually see how you walk, and you look back and you go, man, I knew I walked like a duck, but not quite that bad.
That's right.
So when I come back, like when I go out to measure the snow or something, and I see that, then I purposely walk pigeon-toed on the way back in.
To counteract that, yeah. Perfect, yeah.
So you might give Andrew a heads up on that. If people out there want to, you know, kind of preview, they can just go out and take a walk down the sidewalk in the snow, and it's pretty amazing, really.
Yeah. Well, and how the reason why people will have more turnout, I'm assuming that's what you mean when you're saying walking like a duck, your legs turn out. And that's usually due to which muscles are firing, and you know, sometimes it's you have more hip range of motion with your external rotators, so your feet externally rotate out, and then not much internal rotation. And so that is also something that he can check that day to see, you know, maybe your hips aren't moving as well as they should, or maybe there's some imbalance that way. It could be that you're turning out more from, you know, the lower part of your knee, your shin bone, and then maybe you're getting knee pain because your thigh bone turns out, but then your shin bone turns in. So there's a lot of different causes for duck walking. Yeah.
I think part of the deal with yours truly is that you mentioned the muscles. Well, what do you do if you don't have any?
Then you come to PT.
and build up the muscles.
And build up the muscles, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody's really good about stretching. You know, like people, if they hurt, they usually stretch. And like they'll come in and they'll say, well, I stretch that all the time. But the missing piece of that is the strengthening. So stretching lengthens the muscle and can actually create more instability. But we need to strengthen things to give people stability. So you need the range of motion. So stretching is good, but you also need the strengthening piece of things. Or if you find that we get this all the time as well, like people will say, well, I'm out all the time. You know, I'm out of alignment, or I'm out of whack, or whatever their term is. If you find that you are out all the time and you're needing to be adjusted a lot, or you're needing to come to the physical therapist or chiropractor or whatever, it's probably a sign that you need more strength, because your body needs more stability.
I hate this because we have to talk about the aging process, and I don't want to go where you did on the bandstand.
Okay.
Let's don't talk about that. But we do change how we walk as we age, and we start leaning forward a little bit. We were talking the other day about, my wife tells me sometimes you're starting to walk a little bit more like your dad did, and the ladies out there are probably starting to walk a little bit like their moms did when they were older. And can we slow that down? Can we correct that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. We find that people start to look at their feet if they're a little more unsure of their balance, and so that can be part of it. And so just getting a little tune-up on their balance, sometimes that needs to be a strength issue, or it is a strength issue, so it needs to be some strengthening. Or sometimes it can be maybe they're starting to get like some neuropathy or lack of sensation in their feet, whether they're diabetic, or maybe it's a back and a disc issue that they're getting some numbness in their feet. And so they'll look at their feet more because they can't really feel their feet. And so it depends on what the cause is. And then sometimes you have back pain, so it hurts to stand upright. And so maybe we need to work on the back and the pelvic position in order for it to be more comfortable for you to stand upright. So there are a lot of different reasons that can happen, and that's where a physical therapy eval can help decide, what's going on. And it could be a combination of all of the above.
Yeah. Boy, I think the bottom line here is that the feet are the base of everything you do.
Yes.
And there's a lot of variables there, a lot of different things that can affect it, as you just said.
Yeah. Sometimes even just the footwear, we can give you, we talked about it with the athletes, but if people have a lack of sensation in their feet, actually having a shoe that maybe isn't as thick, or, that maybe would allow for them to feel the ground a little bit more, that can be helpful. Like I have a gentleman right now that comes in, he says, well, I feel like my balance is better when I'm barefoot. And he has a lack of sensation in his feet. And so, just talking through some different shoes that might be better for him, where he would not benefit from a real thick-soled shoe where he can't feel that. And so, we're talking about a thinner-soled shoe with him to help him with his balance as well.
Man, you got to think of a lot of different solutions to a lot of different things going on there.
Yeah, but the good thing is there are some little things you can tweak with those situations. Hopefully we can help him with his sensation, if it's coming from his back or whatever. But if we don't, then we provide ways to compensate for that, or ideas to compensate for that.
Now, as you can see, Brent's sitting pretty straight up right now. But his mom, Peggy, sometimes says he doesn't sit up straight. His posture's not very good. So maybe that eval would help Brent bring his posture up a little bit more too when you walk, because you do tend to then, like you say, start looking at your feet.
Yep. And then that leads to some tightness up in your pec, your chest muscles. If you're bent over, hunched over, if you're on a computer a lot, your chest tends to get really tight, your back muscles tend to get really weak. And so we can show you ways to balance that out, which can, that can lead to like neck pain, headaches, those kinds of things. And so we can help stretch those out and then teach you what muscles you need to strengthen to reverse that.
Is there a cure for a man's chest ending up around their belt?
Well, that's a process, but yes, it can be reversible. Yeah. It may take some time, but
it took a long time to get your chest down around your belt. So it's going to take some work to put it back up there, right?
Absolutely, yes.
But upper body strength is probably something that we don't think about very much as far as having other issues, like you said.
Right, yeah. And it's postural postural problems, it's usually not just a matter of just stand up. Sit up straighter, stand up straighter. A lot of times there's a reason why it's very difficult to do that. And so, I always kind of get a chuckle out of these. You get a little old couple in, and the wife will be like, I keep telling him to stand up straight and he won't, and it is kind of comical, but usually I have to say, well, there is a reason why he can't do that. And so we're in, and hopefully then it helps ease the marital stress.
Well, not only can you help people with their physical ailments, you can also maybe save a marriage.
Well, sometimes you're more of a therapist than just a physical therapist. There's a little conversational, therapy.
Well, let's face it. As human beings, we can think of all sorts of reasons not to do something because it might hurt a little bit, and then you say, "Well, I don't think I should do this because it's caused me a little pain." And
right.
So there's a lot of mind over matter situations there.
Well, and if you think about if you're hurting and you don't want to do something, okay, so maybe you don't want to exercise because you hurt. Well then, okay, so you don't exercise and you're in the house more, you're going to eat more, maybe you're going to put on weight more, then you're going to start feeling like crud, and then you're going to snap at your loved ones, and then you're going to maybe get a divorce. So if you come to your Stride Clinic, it could save your marriage.
Wow.
It actually could. That's not a stretch.
It's not a stretch.
It's not a stretch at all.
Save your relationships with your loved ones. So if you have someone out there that you love and they're grumpy, send them to the Stride Clinic. It might help them.
It's just good, because if they're happy, you're happy.
That's right.
And if you have a positive attitude around the house, it's going to spread.
That's right.
It's the other way around. It's going to
It
cause
spreads
some
that
problems.
way as well.
Yeah. Boy, that was fun. I always love talking with you, and I hope the audience really takes some of this in and sets up an appointment, if not this Saturday, some other time, or maybe at the next clinic.
Right.
But it's always a gas to talk to you.
I always love coming in. Even though the roads weren't great this morning, I was looking forward to it.
All right. There's anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't, because we kind of stayed right on the clinic? But
yeah, no, we've been busy, and that's good. If people want to get just a little tune-up before the weather gets nice, this honestly is a great time to do it. If they're not sure if physical therapy can help them, and they can call the office and set up a free screening. We always offer those. And so, I hope people take advantage of the Stride Clinic, but we can sure help and take a look at people. If they wonder if their problem can be helped by physical therapy, we're happy to give them a free stride a free screening. Sorry.
All right. That's fine. Thanks a lot, Becky.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Becky Pearson Physical Therapy, our guest, and we'll get her back in here just real soon, because we always have fun and we learn a lot.
Yeah.
And you're still sitting up straight, Brent. That's good.
Thank you. I think the last time Becky was in, I made that comment to her. I said, I'm always self-conscious when our physical therapists come in to visit. All of a sudden, I start setting up better.
There might be a reason why you don't sit up straight, though.
Yeah. Probably. She also said that it's when I'm sitting in your chair, my feet don't touch the floor when I'm in that chair, and that's not good.
That's not good.
See?
Yeah.
Really?
Furniture is made for people that are 5'8".
Oops. Well,
whoa.
Well, I think the chances of me gaining those 3 extra inches are probably not going to happen.
Well, this is as low as this chair goes.
I know it is.
But I'm going to replace this chair because it keeps leaning to the right, and I just hate it. I want it to be in the middle.
Well, I've always kind of leaned toward the right.
I know.
So
That's why this thing's leaning
that.
to the right. Thanks, Becky.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be back.
Geared for Sports is there for you on the west side of the square in Broken Bow when you're gearing up for your sports endeavors, including those upcoming spring sports. From head to toe, if you need it, they have you covered. Visiting them and don't see what you're searching for? Make sure you talk to Scott. He'll do what he can to get it for you. Geared for Sports, always ready to go the extra distance for their customers. West side of the square in Broken Bow.
The list of songs about love is a long one. At KCNI KBBN. We love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
I love the morning show.
Wake up with us. We sound way better than this. KCNI KBBN Radio.
All right, 8:27, and Brent is reviewing and refreshing here on changes due to the weather.
Yes, I am. Let me hit the refresh button. Here we go. Yeah, we got some changes, especially with schools. So this is what's showing at this moment. Anselmo Myrna now showing closed. Ansley is showing closed, no activities, no practices. Arcadia has now moved to the closed list. No school today in Arcadia. Arnold Public Schools are now showing closed. Backbone of Healthcare of Broken Bow, as we've been mentioning, planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. Also, the day shift at BD in Broken Bow going to start late today. Day shifts start at 11 a.m. at BD. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster still planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. At this moment, Burwell is still showing a 10 o'clock start for school. No Calamus Kids Morning Preschool. 10 o'clock start at Burwell. Callaway has now moved into the closed list, so no school at Callaway today. Litchfield Public Schools are now closed. Luke County Schools in Taylor has moved to the closed list. They're showing closed now. Ord is still showing a 10 o'clock start. At this moment, Sandhill, well, nope. There we go. Sandhill's just changed. Sandhills Public Schools in Dunning now closed. Sargent Schools are showing closed for today. Stapleton is still showing a 10 o'clock start. SEM showing a 10 o'clock start. Thetford has moved to the closed list, so no school in Thetford today. And again, Trotter Grain and Fertilizer, Loop City announcing that the Trotter feed meeting has been postponed and moved to March 29th at 6 p.m.
All right, that's the latest that we have, and Brent will watch that. And you can, too. Go to sandhillsexpress.com and click on the weather tab, and it'll drop down and you'll see closings. Click on that, and you'll be able to keep up in real time with us here on The Breakfast Show. Excuse me. America has a new popular dog breed.
Oh, okay.
What would you think the most popular dog breed would be in America? And that has been the most popular. What do you think?
I guess 3 immediately come to my mind.
Okay.
Lab, Golden Retriever, and Collie.
Yes, the Retriever was the number one.
Okay.
And for the first time in years, the Labrador Retriever has lost its spot at the top, replaced by the French Bulldog.
Really? The French Bulldog?
Yeah.
Huh.
The American Kennel Club says they were the country's most popular breed in 2022, mostly thanks to social media.
Oh.
So if you have a French Bulldog, you're in with the top dog.
Well, there you go.
I'm
not saying, I can't say I'm familiar with the French Bulldog.
Bulldogs are okay. They just kind of bother me when they snort.
Oh, yeah. They can do that. Yeah.
When they snort quite a bit. No, not you. We're talking bulldogs.
I got CPAP machines.
Oh, you got that taken care of. Ryan Anderson is here from the Garden Center. Yesterday, Ryan, it was 69 degrees
Felt great,
at 5 o'clock. People are out, walking. Scooters are out, bicycles. Kids are playing in the park. Got that urge to go out and start, maybe digging around in the dirt. And today we have a small blizzard going on here.
Kind of brings us back to reality, I guess.
It does, but we all know that March can be that way, and right?
Yes.
And the good news is March is right before April.
Yep.
And we can start putting seeds. I imagine people can start seeds soon. I don't know if right away, but I know you have always been ready for that.
Yep. There's a lot of people going on that, I think. Some people probably started in January and teach their own there, but if you're going to plant seeds for a garden, it's probably time to start thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Get your tomato plants and stuff going. So
Now you sell the heaters that you can kind of put under and get them going.
Yep. So we kind of have everything you need to get started growing like that. We call them a little hot house with you put the heater underneath, and then it has a little cover to keep the humidity and whatnot in there. So got all the soils and seed to get you started. So the heater part of it is kind of an important thing. Like peppers, for instance, the soil temperature needs to be 70 degrees to get those seeds to germinate. And some people don't realize that. They just but set it in a sunny window or something and you think it's getting hot, but it's cooling off overnight, whatnot.
Yeah, it's not hot enough. Yeah. Well, and that's what they can get when they stop in the garden center. You can kind of cut those problems off at the pass for them and talk about it and save some disappointments.
Yeah. Yep.
So what did you want to really talk about today? I didn't want to take you astray here, but yesterday made us want to plant some seeds, so I wanted to ask you about that. But I know that you were excited the last time I was here and you were here. You were talking about really expanding your furniture line, and you're now a part of the company basically, and getting ready for that. Certainly it won't be long. We could have set out on the porch yesterday.
Oh yeah. Yep. I was making some deliveries on Tuesday of that, so a lot of that furniture starting to roll in that people have ordered. Got more coming this weekend, so we will with that be able to carry, or we do have a little bit of inventory. So if for the people that want to come in and look and buy and not have to wait, there's a lot of options and colors and whatnot as far as that goes. But so if you're looking to order or get a specific color,
match something,
that's probably going to take an order. Orders right now are 3 to 4 week build time, and then we have to get them here after they're built. So I tell people 6 to 8 weeks, but we've been able to do a little bit better than that.
Okay.
So that's better than we were a couple years ago or year and a half ago or so.
Yeah, with everything, it almost got stalled on you there. Probably should have started with, and I should have asked, the name of the furniture and have you describe it a little bit. I think we've talked about it a lot here on the show, but probably have some new folks out there. We can tell you that once you buy it, you'll never have to paint it. You won't have to worry about it being outside. But what's the company name, and kind of give us a background on that?
Yeah, so our name is Prairie Patio Furniture. It's Amish-made furniture and 100% recycled plastic, stainless steel components. It's designed for comfort. The way it's built to last a lifetime. So it can sit outside. You could have sat in it today or yesterday, and it can be out in the rain and snow, and it's going to take whatever you throw at it pretty much, except I had a guy the other night. We set his table out, and he goes, "Oh, this is pretty heavy. The wind's not going to blow it away." And I said, "Well, if it does, there's probably going to be other things missing as well."
Yeah.
But we was up in South Dakota at a show up there in February, and some people came by and they had furniture made out of this material, and of course northern Black Hills gets quite a bit of hail in the summertime, and they said this is the only furniture that stands up to the hail.
Works for them, yeah.
So, but kind of you hear encouraging things like that all the time and whatnot. But so yeah, we started selling this in the fall of 19. Kind of developed a relationship with the builder, and was able to get connected up with him directly here the first part of the year, and it's something we've kind of been working on for a while, and kind of exciting.
Very exciting. Yeah.
We're building a website, and hopefully, in the next month or so, that's up and going, and you can get online and look at the products we have to offer, and then contact us and get you set up.
I think you can fill a lot of needs, from a comfortable rocking chair to a party table for the patio. I mean, you've got a lot of wide variety there. But the idea that you buy it once, you have to keep that in mind. And when you buy, you go, well, that's a little bit of money, but you're done, right?
Yeah. It comes with a lifetime warranty. So I talked about that in depth and with the builder, and he's like, yeah, if there's problems with it, we want to know. It was kind of interesting. They like to take the piece of furniture back and kind of look at it, and if change the design maybe to make it better. So they've been building furniture out of this material for several years, and have kind of perfected it. And of course, it's always interesting to me when I go out there and see them, building it, because when they say it's handcrafted, it's truly handcrafted. So
yeah, and that makes it good.
Yep.
I mean, let's face it, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
Not many companies are willing to do that on much of anything anymore. So
sure,
that's pretty neat. So that's what's happening there. You're stocked up for seeds and so forth. And what else did you want to highlight this morning?
I'll just kind of run down our spring schedule, I guess, or kind of what we have coming up. We have a lot of new pottery. We got some new houseplants in this week. But we got loads of pottery in, anywhere from ceramics to plastics, some plastic ones with trays attached to the bottom, so you don't have to have a separate tray to catch water. Just got a lot of options in the store, and then back in the greenhouse for pottery wise. Of course, all of our different potting soils for whether you're planting succulents, cactus, starting seeds, or just replanting. And then our seeds are seed potatoes, onion sets, that sort of thing. We're looking for the end of March. Some people have been in asking for potatoes already, but so that stuff is scheduled to come in the end of March. Our annuals and vegetable plants, looking at the beginning of April for that, and it'll kind of we'll kind of start watching the weather,
right,
when to bring those in. But we've last week our first round of like our bare root perennials that we grow out in our hoop house, they came in, and we've been busy planting those up this week. And it's always fun for us to plant those up, and some of them are plugs to where they have there's a little bit of plant on top, but it's always fun to have pots filled with soil and see stuff sprout and come up through it. So
yeah, that's always a good sign. One of the, I think Joan was this past weekend. She said, or maybe it was during this nice weather. But anyway, we have some pots and use your potting soil, and we left them outside. She said, I'm going to get those cleaned out, so we maybe not put some in yet, but I'm going to get them cleaned out. She couldn't get it out.
Still froze.
Still frozen. Yeah. So you might want to thaw them out a little bit, but that I just, something about the fresh potting soil. Maybe even if there's something feels good about having fresh in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You got a good chance of it working that way.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is how, especially I guess on the inside, you could probably have it last longer, but where it's outside and goes through that season, you pretty much got to do it again. But how often do you recommend that? Do you change that every planting season?
Yeah, generally we we change that out every time we plant, and it's just kind of good to get all the root balls from last season's plants out of there.
Okay.
So.
All right. Would you mind doing us a favor?
Okay.
On your way out, would you take a look at a couple of plants in the cubicle room and to tell us what maybe we should be doing?
Sure.
I think maybe the plants have outgrown the pots. I don't know probably the last time it had been changed, you probably did it for us. And I don't know how much time you have to do that for us or other people, but I know you do some of that, right?
Yeah, we do some repotting for plants and stuff. And in fact, this Chinese evergreen sitting out here by the desk is one we did.
And it looks great.
I think you guys were scrubbing on it one morning with...
Yeah, we have a lot of varmints around here and insects, but there's brown leaves around. I think they just need cleaned up, but I'm thinking it might be time for a recharge if you wouldn't mind looking at them.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was really nice to have somebody do it that knows what they're doing, Brent.
Yeah. Can I take you back to the furniture quick?
Yeah.
You mentioned that you delivered a table to somebody. Can you talk about the different pieces that you have with the furniture? I mean, obviously chairs, but do you have like loungers and things, or?
Yeah, so we have glider benches.
Okay.
Beach chairs, kind of like a lot of people refer to those or ask for an Adirondack chair.
Mm-hmm.
We have those that are fixed position and those that are folding in the beach chairs. We have swivel gliders, and then we also have when we get into like tables and chair sets, you can get round or oval, or the other night we had a square or rectangle one. A lot of different seating options and height options when you get into.
Oh, I'm glad to hear about height options.
Yeah.
Ryan, I struggle with that sometimes. Do you have one that's a little bit lower to the ground?
We do.
Oh,
yeah.
good. Okay.
But we also have ones that there's a balcony glider, for instance, right now that has a little step on it.
Oh.
So you can step up to get into it.
Oh, okay, nice.
And then you can see over the railing.
Oh, well, that's ingenious.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it's like on table and chairs, there's like your normal dining height, which would be, what we're sitting at here. And then the balcony height is 36 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And then we call it a pub height is 42 inches. And pub height, I go to restaurants and stuff, and I don't like to sit at those, just because there's nowhere to put your feet.
Yeah.
A lot of times, not all the time, but ours have a rail built in around the base, so there's somewhere to put your feet. And I think they're pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
To sit in, and a lot of people, comment on that, I guess. So, but yeah, so a lot of different options, I guess, when it comes to that. We also do fire pit tables, bottle stores underneath, and fire pit. So,
wow, a lot of variety.
Those come in different heights and sizes as far as that goes too. So,
be very impressive to have that kind of furniture at your home on your patio when you invited your neighbors over for steaks.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Or barbecued trout.
Or when your neighbors invite themselves over. Be nice to, I guess, have a place for them to sit.
Yeah, you'd be prepared.
Do you ever get invited over?
What?
Do you ever get invited?
I've never been invited over to Dave's place. No.
I did invite him over when we were scooping snow.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was the only invite I've gotten. And then he said, make sure you bring your shovel.
Yeah.
So we'll have a shoveling party.
It's kind of like bring your own shovel.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
My gloves probably wouldn't fit your handles, I don't think.
Probably not. Ryan, thanks a lot. It's really good to hear about all these things you have going on, and it's an exciting time of year, pre-spring, and getting ready for all the things that we're going to be doing. And that fun part of a garden is a little bit of pride, but mostly, like you say, just watching Mother Nature make food for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being able to grow your own, put it up.
It's pretty cool. All right, thanks a lot. Gardens, real quick, your hours and what you're doing right now.
Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30. Saturdays, 10 to 2. I think we'll be pretty much here on Saturdays for the rest of the season. So when we get in later into April, we'll start running 7 days a week and be open on Sunday afternoons. So, but yeah,
and always watch your Facebook.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. Both of our business names are on Facebook. So the Prairie Patio Furniture, you'll start seeing some new stuff on that, and yeah.
All right. And Brent, Ryan's very talented. If you buy a chair, he may be able to shorten the legs for you.
Thanks, Dave.
Just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Garden Center. I'm going to just do this. And I think, Brent, we probably need to look at those postponements, cancellations again. We'll just let you go, Ryan. Thanks a lot.
Have a good day.
Thanks for coming in. And he's refreshing now.
Yes, hitting the refresh button.
While he's doing that, we're going to hear from some businesses who are making these announcements possible.
Electrical safety is always in season. From planting trees, building a fence, to doing field work, many outdoor projects require digging. Part of that preparation is planning to avoid underground utilities. Before digging or heading back into the field, make sure you call 811. This message from Custer Public Power District in partnership with Nebraska Public Power District, our energy supplier.
They're all the rage. Bardominiums, Schausses, whatever you call them. Ansley Lumber and Supply offers everything you need to construct your own pole building, post frame building, or barn. They have exclusive access to interactive visualizers, 3D designers, and a price estimator. This means you know what your project will look like and approximately what it will cost. The best part? The whole complete package can be dropped to your site with everything you need. Get your dream home started on Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
When you're stranded on the side of the road, there's only one number you need to know. That's Hunter's Towing at 870-1983. When you call at any time of day or night, Hunter and his faithful dog Scooter will be on their way. Hunter is based in Berwyn, but you'll rarely see his trucks there. You'll see them out serving the citizens of Custer County and the surrounding area. 870-1983 for Hunter's Towing.
Cold weather. It comes around each year. Where it should not be making an appearance is inside your house. If it is, that's when you need to call Taylor Heating and Cooling. Because Mother Nature brings the coldest, nastiest weather to Nebraska, you need to bring Matt and Andy your direction to get your system running at peak efficiency. Call 308-872-6196 for sales, installation, and service from Taylor Heating and Cooling. Call 308-872-6196.
When our cars and trucks hit that nasty patch of ice in the winter, there's not much we can do. You can control what you do with that damage, though. If it's a smash, crash, smack, ding, dent, scratch, or a tap, Fixed Right Auto Body and Broken Bow can help. We're winter weather's #1 enemy. Just call Fixed Right Auto Body and Broken Bow for a free estimate today. 872-6860. That's Fixed Right Auto Body at 872-6860.
And a big thank you to Custer Public Power District, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body for making time available for us to announce these changes to you. Here's Brent Apperson.
All right, we'll go through the schools for you first. A lot of the schools that we had been announcing earlier in the day with a late start, a lot of these now have just moved to closed for today. So here's the school information to start. And Smyrna Public Schools now closed. Ansley is closed. Arcadia schools are closed. Arnold closed for today. Burwell, on our sheet anyway, still showing a 10 o'clock start for today. No Calamus Kids Morning Preschool at Burwell. Callaway Public Schools are now closed. Litchfield is closed. Loup County Public Schools and Taylor closed. Ord schools are now closed. Sandhills Public Schools in Dunning are closed. Sargent is closed. Stapleton still showing a 10 o'clock start on our sheet. Says parent-teacher conference will be rescheduled. SEM schools have now moved to the closed list. So no school at SEM, it says family game night has been canceled. Thetford Public Schools closed for today. Some of the other announcements that we have on the list: Trotter Grain and Fertilizer, Loop City, Nebraska, announcing that their Trotter feed meeting has been postponed. They've moved it to March 29th at 6 p.m. Also, Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster showing that they will open at 10 o'clock this morning. That's the same case with Backbone of Healthcare in Broken Bow, showing a 10 o'clock open today for Backbone of Healthcare in Broken Bow. And BD in Broken Bow announcing that the day shift will start at 11 a.m. today. And those are the announcements we have at this time.
We'll cover some more ground right after these words.
If you are thinking about planting a new lawn or renovating an existing one, start with quality turf seed from AeroSeed. AeroSeed grass seed has high germination, is weed-free, and comes with the expert advice that you don't get at those big box stores. AeroSeed has several different turf varieties and a knowledgeable staff to assist you in choosing the one that will work best for you. To learn more, call or stop in to AeroSeed in Broken Bow or visit aeroseed.com for the dealer nearest you.
It's tuxedo time. The south side of the square is where you should be going if you want to look dapper. Head to Chapin's and Lola will get you fitted for the perfect style and color to match that awesome personality of yours. Each time you rent a tux, $10 goes to your after prom party. Right now is also the perfect time to register for weddings that are right around the corner. Get your tuxes at Chapin's Furniture in Broken Bow.
Do you have a laundry list of projects to do around your home? Refresh your space by completing that list of home improvement projects with the help of a HELOC from Bruning Bank. If an updated look is not enough and you're ready to buy a new home, we can help with that too. Navigating a home purchase can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let our friendly, experienced staff guide you to owning the home of your dreams. You can apply in person, online at BruningBank.com, or give us a call at 308-872-2757 to get started. Bruning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 473773, member FDIC.
The list of songs about love is a long one.
Girl, I've always loved you. Girl, you ain't been loved till you've been loved by a country boy. Loving you easy.
At KCNI KBBN, we love shopping local. Make sure you're listening to The Breakfast Show. Every single day, a new $25 gift card will be given away.
Later on today, when we get time here, we're going to give you a chance to win a $25 gift card to Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill. That would be a good prize, so we'll be doing that a little bit later on. I would imagine we're starting to think about changing our clothing attire going into spring and summer. And Circle V Stitch and Post is right there, ready to go for you. Velma can help you personalize any garments that you're going to be using for promotion of your business, your club, your kids' activities. The list goes very, very long on all of the different options you have at Velma's, and she has lots of garments in stock and lots of things she can order for you. You can also bring in your own garments and see if Velma thinks it's the type of material that will work with embroidery. So that's all available, and Brent has a few more details for you.
Velma's ready to help you get your creation started today with her quality custom embroidery service. Carries only quality garments that will complement the stitching as well as look good. And don't forget, they carry some other things too besides just what they do with embroidery. They also carry cowhide items such as cowhide rugs, and also carry Western glassware as well. So check it out at Circle V Stitch and Post. You can call Velma to get your creation started by calling 872-6173. Circle V Stitch and Post, located just north of Broken Bow out on Paulson Road.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more information right after these words.
Gary's Superfoods prides themselves on offering our family brand products. They're excited to announce they now have 3 varieties of sushi available. Right now, save on boneless pork loin chops at 10 for $10, and extra large red or green seedless grapes are $1.79 a pound. 85% lean ground beef sold in a 10-pound tube are $3.99 a pound. Warm up with Campbell's soups, 2 for $3. Our family shredded or chunked cheeses are 2 for $7. Gary's Superfoods, Shop and save on South B Street in Broken Bow.
Barney Health Mart invites you to visit for some savings of the green. Items with green will save you that green in your wallet. In the toy department, anything with green on it is 10% off. And when you make your way to the gifts and decor department, anything with green there is 20% off. This sale does exclude candy. Open Monday to Friday 8 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 1. Varney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Some secrets just can't be kept, like the savings going on right now to celebrate the arrival of spring at the Secret Garden. Friday and Saturday, save 15% off anything with green on it. Yes, that includes plants and new inventory. Right now is the time to order plants on their order sheet, then pick them up when they arrive in May. Psalm 31, verse 24. Be strong and take heart, all you who hope in the Lord. The Secret Garden. 15% off items with green. 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Watch or listen to Quiz Bowl competition on Tuesday. Our area students will put their brain power together to compete in a battle of the minds. You can watch on the Sand Hills Express YouTube or Facebook pages or listen on KBBN Radio. Participating schools include Ansley, Arnold, Broken Bow, Cozad, Gothenburg, and Sand Hills. We'll join the competition mid-morning on Wednesday. Brought to you by the Broken Bow Library, Palmer Monument, Custer Public Power District, Custer Federal State Bank, Square M Accounting, BD Broken Bow, Nebraska State Bank, Central Nebraska Medical Clinic, Trotter Service, and Trotter Woe and Go locations. Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics. Winquist Incorporated, Mid-Plains Community College, Grocery Cart, A1 Auto Repair in Arnold, Mills Hardware, Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill, Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, First State Insurance in Arnold, Moshka's Building Center in Arcadia, and First Nebraska Bank and First Nebraska Bank Insurance Group.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
Just enough time to turn things over to Brent Apperson because he has a warm spot in his heart for speech. And we should be able to talk about speech as quite an accomplishment in school that actually can be used so well through the rest of their lives. And I know it's close to your heart, Brent.
Yeah, and it's a big week for speech competitors because it's State Week. State speech competition is happening this week in Kearney, Nebraska, and the folks at KC Trucking, Kevin and Colleen Gates of Broken Bow, want to send a special shout-out to the Anselmo Myrna students who compete Friday with Class D schools. These students put in many hours to achieve the goal of making it to state, and they want to recognize them for all the early mornings of heading to speech meets and hours of practice, while also being involved in many other activities as well. So good luck from KC Trucking. They are proud of your accomplishment.
It's 9 o'clock.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Dramatic new video shows Russian fighter jets dumping fuel on an American surveillance drone before it crashes into international waters off Ukraine. Republican Senator Marco Rubio tells CBS Mornings,
we should fly more of them. We shouldn't stop flying them. And in many cases, we should be prepared to scramble jets and respond if they are threatened by Russian aircraft.
North Korea's test launched its fourth ICBM in less than a year. Retired U.S. Army Colonel David Maxwell served 5 tours of duty in South Korea.
Kim Jong-un is really executing his political warfare strategy, his blackmail diplomacy strategy.
The Treasury Secretary is about to go before lawmakers on Capitol Hill to assure them the U.S. banking system is sound. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The largest banks are in much better financial condition. Janet Yellen is going to say that today. Yeah. But more importantly, the Federal Reserve and the Treasury and the Swiss National Bank and the European Central Bank, they're acting quickly and decisively.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
In NFL free agency, the Bengals are signing former Chiefs left tackle and 4-time Pro Bowler Orlando Brown Jr. to a 4-year deal worth $64 million with over $43 million guaranteed. After reports and Darius Slay's own post on Twitter yesterday suggested the Eagles corner was going to be released, the two sides have apparently reached an agreement, with Slay tweeting last night, quote, "Back like I never left, run it back," end quote. At the World Baseball Classic, Team USA advanced to the quarterfinals with a 3-2 win over Colombia. Mike Trout drove in all 3 runs. Mets closer Edwin Diaz suffered a right knee injury as Puerto Rico celebrated its 5-2 win over the Dominican Republic. He'll have an MRI today. In the NBA, the Clippers dispatched the Warriors 134-126 despite Steph Curry having 50 for Golden State, and the Lakers without Anthony Davis lost to the Rockets 114-110.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, a winter storm warning continuing. We'll have snow likely, especially through midday. 1 to 3 inches of daytime snowfall, and could have some blowing snow as well, with gusty northwest winds 30 to 35 miles per hour. Our temperatures holding fairly steady. For tonight, still on the windy side, mostly clear skies, a low of 20. Northwest winds decreasing to 15 to 25. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
26 degrees, cloudy, snowing here at Broken Bow. Winds out of the north, 15 to 30 plus miles per hour at times. Snowing has kind of lightened up here just a little bit from what it was a half hour ago, but still snowing. And it's hard to believe they're still talking about possibly seeing some clear skies later today, but it will be cold with those clear skies coming in. Barometric pressures at 2988 currently and rising, humidity at 92%. We picked up 500s precipitation as of 7 o'clock this morning. We're at 2100s for the month. That's a look at weather and news here on The Breakfast Show, and we'll move things across the studio to Brent Apperson and see what's up. So any changes in postponements and cancellations?
Yeah, we got, looks like we have an addition to add to our list. We'll get to that in a moment. We'll go ahead and give you the school information one more time at least here. And some Smyrna Public Schools are now closed today. Ansley is closed. Arcadia closed. Arnold schools are closed today as well. Backbone of Healthcare in Broken Bow showing that they will open at 10 o'clock this morning. Also, BD in Broken Bow announcing that the day shift will start late at 11 a.m. today. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster still showing that they will open at 10 o'clock this morning. Here's the addition that we have. Broken Bow Public Library announcing that they are going to reschedule and move Lap Sit Story Time. That now has been postponed and moved to Friday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Broken Bow Library. Burwell schools are still showing a 10 o'clock start today. No Calamus Kids Morning Preschool. Callaway is now closed for today. Litchfield schools are closed. Loup County schools in Taylor closed. Ord is closed. Sandhills Public Schools in Dunning closed. Sargent is now closed for today as well. Stapleton schools are still showing a 10 o'clock start for today. SEM now has moved into the closed category for schools, so no school at SEM today. Also announces that family game night at SEM has been canceled. And Thetford Public Schools are closed today as well. One other announcement that we've been giving you, Trotter Grain and Fertilizer in Loop City announcing that the Trotter Feed meeting has been postponed and moved to March 29th at 6 p.m.
All right, and a big thank you again to Custer Public Power, Ansley Lumber, Hunter's Towing, Taylor Heating and Cooling, and Fixed Right Auto Body for making these announcements available.
Electric is gasless but not gutless. Battery technology has advanced greatly, which means more power packed into snow-moving equipment. If you upgrade your snowblower to electric, you might qualify for a 20% incentive back. Not only will you save money by using electric equipment by not buying gas, but you save on maintenance too. No more air or fuel filters, oil changes, or spark plugs. Contact Custer Public Power about this incentive soon.
Ansley Lumber and Supply is locally owned and operated and proud to be your full-service lumber yard. From premium lumber and top-quality building materials to paint, tools, and ag supplies. When you drop by Ansley Lumber, their crew is prepared to help you with your project. From the materials for building a house to the accessories and pieces needed to make it a home. Ansley Lumber and Supply, Main Street, Ansley, or call 308-935-1815.
Whether you need your motorcycle towed or your semi towed, Hunter's Towing has the equipment and know-how to get you off the side of the road. Save this number in your phone now. You never know when you'll need to call Hunter, 870-1983. That's 870-1983 for Hunter's Towing. He's ready to hit the road at any time to help you out of a jam. Based in Berwyn, serving Custer County and beyond. Hunter's Towing at 870-1983.
Cold weather. It comes around each year. Where it should not be making an appearance is inside your house. If it is, that's when you need to call Taylor Heating and Cooling. Because Mother Nature brings the coldest, nastiest weather to Nebraska, you need to bring Matt and Andy your direction to get your system running at peak efficiency. Call 308-872-6196 for sales, installation, and service from Taylor Heating and Cooling. Call 308-872-6196.
It happens. We slip, we slide, we run into things. When you come to a stop, don't let that damage hang out on your car. See Todd and the crew at Fixed Ride Auto Body. They'll get you back on the road with your vehicle looking awesome. Living here in central Nebraska, we battle winter weather every year. It wants to make us slip and slide and crash. Fixed Ride is here to help. Fixed Ride Auto Body, 872-6860. We're just north of the tracks on 10th Avenue in Broken Bow.
All right.
You've got a lot riding on your operation, and you need a hired hand that goes the distance to tackle bigger chores and reach bigger goals. So go big and get it done with a Bobcat compact track or skid steer loader. Bobcat, it's one tough animal.
Everyone can help keep our roads safe. In my truck, I'll remember to follow at a safe distance. When you need to merge in front of a truck, please leave plenty of space. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
And we're back with the final question. Are you ready?
Yep. I'd like to go ahead and answer the question.
I envy your confidence, but the producers are saying I have to ask the question.
All right, then.
For higher yields, which seed treatment fights hardest against nematodes?
The answer's Ilevo seed treatment.
That's correct.
Yeah, I know.
What a show. Join us next week when the right answer will still be Ilevo seed treatment. BASF, we create chemistry. Always read and follow label directions.
10 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. As we move forward here, we're looking forward to giving away that Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill gift card. So be sure and listen. We have some information about Legends. I think I'll pass that along right now, Brent, if that's all right.
Sure.
Legends Neighborhood Grill is your family-friendly sports bar and located conveniently right on the square in downtown Broken Bow. Now, something that maybe you don't know, a lot of you do know, but here's word out on pizzas. One of their pizzas that they, well, let's just put it this way. Ask them about it. Try one of their pizzas from 3:30 to 6:30, Wednesday to Sunday. And just walk in and say, I want to try one of those pizzas. Just let's rehearse that together.
Okay.
In 3, 2,
right.
1.
I want to try one of those pizzas.
From 3:30 to 6:30, Wednesday to Sunday at Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill. You can try, here's some choices for you.
Okay.
Italian cheese or pepperoni. The buffalo chicken with sauce, ranch and chicken. The Jamaican chicken has sweet and spicy jerk sauce, onion and bacon. The Mexican with a creamy, spicy sauce and seasoned ground beef. Or get the Nebraska pizza with Dorothy Lynch and tri-tip steak.
Yeah. I think that they featured these as their lunch special or as their specials yesterday.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, I think so.
They also have daily happy hour drink specials with 250 Wells, wines, and drafts. Let's see here, from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. That's pretty long happy hour. And it's a great place for the whole family. Good food, good friends, good fun. Legends Neighborhood Grill. And don't forget they have games upstairs and plenty of area there to, kind of spread out and have a good time upstairs. It's pretty cool up there, and you can get a great view of Broken Bow from up there.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that at Legends Neighborhood Grill. We'll be giving away that $25 gift card later in the show. Now we'll go back over to Brent's table, and he has a couple things he wants to tell you about this morning.
I want to remind you that the Lexington Chamber of Commerce and other businesses will be sponsoring and putting together the Platte River Migration Fest Beer, Wine, and Spirits, an event that brings local breweries, wineries, and distilleries together under one roof to celebrate their craft. This will be March 25th from noon until 5 at Max Creek Winery and Brewery in Lexington. The participating breweries, wineries, and spirit shops that'll be joining in include Canyon Lakes Brewery in Johnson Lake, Nebraska, Kincaidor Brewing Company that we all know well here in Broken Bow, Max Creek Winery, Cidery, and Brewery in Lexington, the Upper Room Brewery in Kearney, Powell's Brewery, North Platte, and the Feather River Winery in North Platte as well. All going to be there on March 25th. Sam Q Barbecue and Madeline's Cafe and Bakery will have food and desserts available for purchase during the event as well. You can enjoy live music during the day from the group Formerly 3. Tickets are just $20. They can be purchased on the internet at Eventbrite, or you can just go to the Lexington Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, purchase them there, and they'll be on sale right at the door as well. So mark it on your calendar, March 25th, the day of the Platte River Beer, Wine, and Spirits Migration Fest. March 25th, noon to 5 at Max Creek Winery and Brewery in Lexington.
Well, yesterday I introduced you to an Irish friend that we have over on the Green Isle, and she was planning on coming over for our barbecue this summer. But
your barbecue.
Now that your barbecue has been canceled.
Your barbecue, you're the one that came up with the idea.
She is unable to see fit to come over, not knowing whether there's going to be a party or not. But she did take time to go ahead and record this commercial for us.
Okay, great.
And here she is. She wants to remain anonymous because I don't know why. She said, just don't tell anybody who I am. If you are not going to let me come to your party, she got a little wrathy about it. So here we go.
The St. Paddy's Day party you will want to attend is at Sylvester's in Broken Bow this Friday night. Freddie will have mulligan stew and green jello shots just for you. Now, let's talk entertainment. The Lawnmower Dogs will be on the stage rocking 90s hits all night long. They only play 90s music, and they will rock with songs by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Soundgarden, Green Day, the Foo Fighters, and many more. It's 90s rock time on St. Paddy's night on Friday at Sylvester's in Broken Bow.
Thank you, sweetheart. What a shame. Anyway, it's not a shame that Sylvester's is having an Irish party because they go all out. 90s music all night long.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's all happening tomorrow at the St. Paddy's Day party at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. Friday night, tomorrow, Freddie will have mulligan stew, as you heard, and green jello shots. And the entertainment, as you just heard, will be the Lawnmower Dogs. They'll be on stage rocking 90 hits all night long. They do one thing, and they do it well, and that's 90s music. So they'll be covering groups like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Soundgarden, Green Day, Foo Fighters, just to name a few. It's 90s rock time tomorrow night at Sylvester's in Broken Bow during their... Package can be dropped to your site with everything you need. Get your dream home started on Main Street in Ansley at Ansley Lumber and Supply.
For 24-hour towing, winch and recovery, lockouts, and more, call Hunter with Hunter's Towing. He's based in Berwyn, ready to roll out to help you out of a tough situation. Hunter wants you to remember the Move Over law in Nebraska. It is the law to move over for any emergency vehicle with their flashing lights, including tow trucks and highway workers. Slow down, move over, and help make the job of law enforcement and emergency workers safer. When you need a tow, call Hunter's Towing at 870-1983.
21 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. As we continue to check things here, we'll ask Brent to kind of take a quick look at his fancy little computer there. That's a nice little computer there. It stands up on its own. It's kind of like
the iPad, Dave.
Stand by your man.
It's the iPad.
It works.
Yes. Let's see. Let me hit refresh.
Refreshing.
Do. And here we go. All right. Stapleton now is moved to closed.
Okay.
So I think just about everybody except Burwell. Burwell's still showing a 10 o'clock start, at least on our list. Everything else, school-wise, I think, has moved to the closed category. So we'll just run through them really quick. All of these schools now posting closed for today because of the weather. And Summermyrna, Ansley, Arcadia, Arnold, Callaway, Litchfield, Loop County, and Taylor, Ord, Sandhill, Sargent, now Stapleton, SEM, and Thetford schools all showing closed now for today. Again, Burwell showing a 10 o'clock start yet on our list. Some of the other announcements that are posted here that we want to remind you about: Backbone of Healthcare in Broken Bow planning to open at 10 o'clock this morning. BD announcing that their day shift will start late today. Day shifts start at 11 a.m. at BD in Broken Bow. Blaine County Courthouse in Brewster showing a 10 o'clock open for today. And finally, Trotter Grain and Fertilizer Loop City announcing that their Trotter feed meeting has been postponed. They're going to move it to March 29th now at 6 p.m. And also the Broken Bow Public Library informing us that they have rescheduled their lap sit story time. That's been postponed and moved to tomorrow, Friday, at 10 a.m. at the Broken Bow Public Library.
Thank you, Brent, and thanks to our sponsors.
Cold weather. It comes around each year. Where it should not be making an appearance is inside your house. If it is, that's when you need to call Taylor Heating and Cooling. Because Mother Nature brings the coldest, nastiest weather to Nebraska, you need to bring Matt and Andy your direction to get your system running at peak efficiency. Call 308-872-6196 for sales, installation, and service from Taylor Heating and Cooling. Call 308-872-6196.
When our cars and trucks hit that nasty patch of ice in the winter, there's not much we can do. You can control what you do with that damage, though. If it's a smash, crash, smack, ding, dent, scratch, or a tap, Fixed Right Auto Body in Broken Bow can help. We're winter weather's #1 enemy. Just call Fixed Right Auto Body in Broken Bow for a free estimate today. 872-6860. That's Fixed Right Auto Body at 872-6860.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen.
You don't think it's going to happen? Okay.
No.
They need a
No,
list.
but whenever my garden grows, I bring in some and put them on a sandwich.
Yeah?
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think you want us to make a call to corporate and kind of get them straightened out for you.
Right? Yeah, if you would. Tell them we need mushrooms, ghost peppers.
And the caramel apple cookie.
And the caramel apple cookie, yes. God, that would be good.
That would be good right now, dunked in some hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that are warmer. You know, I know you can get your sandwiches cold. You can get them just like toasted, and then you can get them all heated up, right?
Right. We have, you can get it. There's options on the toaster oven to just warm it like a microwave, or toast it and have your sandwich have a little bit of crisp to it.
Mm-hmm. Does it kind of depend on, in your opinion, the sandwich, what sandwich you're putting in there?
For me, yeah. Like some of the sandwiches I like to get toasted. More like the turkey, ham, and roast beef. I just like those to be warm.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to a spicy Italian, yeah, I want to toast that pepperoni. I want to release all that grease.
There you go.
Well, I know this is very boring for you. I don't even know if you've ever eaten one, but, you know, I still like the turkey sandwich. And you can put some jalapenos and banana peppers on those. Which
and bacon.
And don't put bacon on there, Matt.
Bacon makes it better.
Yes, it does.
But I guess maybe those are pretty good just cold, or
yes,
you know, those kinds of sandwiches. How about the wraps? Are those better all heated up, or does it depend?
It depends. Like we can heat the tortilla, but it comes out a little crisp, so we don't like to do that. But we can heat the meat and then throw it in there, which we do with like the rotisserie chicken and the steak and the teriyaki, and of course the bacon. But we heat those before putting them in a wrap. I have had people actually have me warm up their turkey to put on a wrap.
Oh, well, that's not a bad idea. Yeah.
So, Matt, since we're on this subject, I just got to know. Do people come in and have a meatball sub without warming it up?
Some do.
Do they really? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm guessing you have the same facial reaction I have when they do that, too.
I do, really. Yes, I do. Things like the meatball and the steak, too. I can't imagine having it not warmed up, at least.
Which the meatballs are already 150 degrees.
Oh, okay.
But to me, you want that cheese melted over the top of the meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody is the same as me and you.
One of these days I'm going to have. One of these days I'm going to try the Boss from your Subway series. I've never tried a meatball sub, but one of these days I'm going to. And the Boss really looks good when it's on the screen there in that Subway series.
Yeah, you get meatballs, pepperoni, fresh mozzarella, and then Parmesan cheese. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I like to add jalapenos to mine to make it a little more spicy. But
you do?
Yeah, I like to add jalapenos, of course.
There you go.
Well, we're just talking about really what Subway does best, and that's put together the sandwich just about any way imaginable, any way that they like it best. You guys go to that effort,
right?
So I guess I'm easy to please, because I still really like just the plain old turkey sandwich with a little bit of mayo on it and salt and pepper.
Well, I believe in what is it? At the end of May, we have a new window rolling out, and there is going to be new Subway series sandwiches, and I know turkey has a couple on there.
Oh, good. That would be good. The new sandwiches, we've talked about it about every time you've been on the air, but they're just blowing the doors off everything right now.
Yeah, right now we currently have about 35% of our customers ordering the sandwiches the way the Subway series are set up, with what recommended toppings are on it. Their goal is to try to get to 50%. With the Subway series sandwiches, and when people do the recommended, it makes makes the line go faster because we already know what we have to put on them.
Well,
so we don't have to wait for like lettuce and tomato and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like the Boss, for instance, recommended is Parmesan cheese. So like if the customer orders Boss want it the recommended way, it goes through the line real quick.
Man.
But yeah, you can still add vegetables and whatever toppings you would like to those Subway series. But Subway's trying to get everybody to try them the way that we're recommending.
Well, the marketing has been brilliant on it, and they taste really good, so it's a great combination. And not always, and you could probably attest to this, I mean, companies try different things, different restaurants try different things, and sometimes they hit a foul ball, and sometimes they hit a home run. This is a home run.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a home run. We are busier than we usually are at this time of year. I think every store is up like 20% in sales because of those Subway Series sandwiches.
And the fact that nowadays, thank goodness, we're past some of those days where we don't even want to think about them anymore. Things are kind of getting back to normal, and I know a lot of folks are still hiring some, but the situation out there is better than it was. But you always mention when you're here or on the phone that you're always taking applications for people to come and make those sandwiches for people.
Yeah, we are hiring. You can go to subway.careers.com, and that's a good way to turn in your app. I also have, I believe, we have things set up around the store to where you can, that's scan your receipt to take the survey. But we are getting little flyers up that we're going to have table tents soon that we'll have on one side, we'll have where you take the surveys, and on the other side will be a place where you can apply by scanning a code.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Anything, Matt, that you wanted to mention that we didn't ask you about? We're good?
Hello.
All right, all right. Well, hey, what's the weather doing down there?
Seem to have lost you guys.
We can still hear you, Matt, but can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Dave asked you what the weather's doing in wherever you're at.
It is snowing and blowing.
Oh, boy. Great combination.
And you're in Holdridge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pretty broad area then. Well, travel carefully.
Yeah, I'm already here. I got to go see the doctor first and then off to work.
All right, well, good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have a good day.
You do the same. 9:35 is your time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. 9:38. What a simple, good rock and roll song.
Mm-hmm. Good pep band song, too.
Good sock hop.
Yeah.
Did you, when you were a kid and you had these dances at the school, did they have what they call sock hops when you were a kid, where you just took off your shoes to go on the gym floor? And
I don't think so.
You could really swirl around when you just had your socks on.
Yeah.
Of course, guys like yours truly were sitting over kind of in the corner going, gosh, I wonder if she'd dance with me if I ask her.
That always went on, didn't it?
I sure like her.
Probably still goes on, I'm guessing.
I don't think she likes me at all. I don't think she'd dance with me. She wants to dance with that starting basketball player over there. What good times.
Yeah. Did you ever have the moment where a girl starts walking over to the group of guys and it's, kind of one of the popular girls, and everybody's getting excited like, oh, is she coming over to ask me to dance?
Yeah, here she comes.
And then she comes over and then asks somebody if they would dance with somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that happen even worse.
Oh, really?
I had I don't know if my wife knows this story, so I have to be careful. This was, I don't know, 8th, 9th, somewhere near 9th grade, maybe 8th, probably 8th, because it was the Elks dance was always Saturday night, especially it seemed like in the summer. Well, really all year long. Every once in a while they'd have an Elks dance for the teens.
Oh, yeah.
And it got to be where it was mostly the younger teens. The older teens went to the armory and danced to other music.
Sure.
We just had a jukebox.
Oh.
So anyway, this gal comes to town up the street from my place.
Okay.
And, the mystique of a girl from out of town, number one, was huge. And she was really quite nice and a pretty young lady.
Mm-hmm.
And so I, as a neighbor,
sure, just
said,
being a good neighbor.
I was being a good neighbor. I said, "Hey, there's a teen dance tonight. Would you consider going? You get to meet a lot of the people." And so I kind of considered that as a date.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't think I've ever been so clean in my life. I went in and I watered in the bathtub.
Really
for
gussied
a long
yourself
time,
up, huh?
Scrubbed up clean, and just got really duded up.
Yeah.
Because you wore a suit coat, by the way, to the Elks dance. You had
okay.
to wear a suit coat and dress up.
Yeah.
So she was going to meet me there because her aunt and uncle, I think it was going to drop her by.
Uh-huh.
And I just thought, we're going to spend the night and dance the night away.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed a lot of the older guys, when I was with her in the park, were quite friendly.
Sure.
And so she was in high demand.
Oh,
but I thought,
okay.
Man, I got the world by the tail.
Yeah. So you're feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walking into the dance, and I'm like, everybody's going to be jealous of me.
Yeah. And of course, she was on the other. The girls were on one side, the guys on the other side. Yeah. And I think I went over and danced with her. I don't remember, once, maybe twice. And thought, well, we're getting started here.
Yeah.
And she took up the rest of the night with one of my best friends.
Oh boy.
And to make it worse, it was Bum Lucas.
Oh man.
It was Dave Lucas. Bum, my guy I chummed with.
Yeah.
And she took a liking to him, and I just sit over on the other side watching Bum and this gal dance.
Oh, boy.
I think she was from North Bend or South Bend, one or the other.
Oh.
And it was a scarring thing.
Yeah, I can tell.
Especially since she picked Bum over Dave.
Oh, man.
And I couldn't.
It sounds like the ego took a hit that night.
It did, and I couldn't have scrubbed up any cleaner. I'm telling you, man. The suit coat. Of course, I didn't have to shave back then. But.
Yeah. That's what really bums you out, is when you put forth all the effort. Yeah.
Polish your shoes.
Yeah.
Make sure your socks match.
So what about Bum? Was he looking good that night, or he just kind of showed up?
Well, He would have had to have a suit coat on to
Okay.
get in, because that was kind of the way it was back then. But
do you think he put as much effort into his appearance as you did?
why do you think they called him Bum?
Oh. Well, duh. There you go.
I wish he was hearing this. Still a good friend.
Yeah.
Never saw her again.
Nah.
Yeah. Up the street.
But for that one moment in time, you were kind of the man.
I thought so.
Even though it maybe didn't last all night long, for maybe just a moment.
Like the first dance.
You were the man.
The first dance was the last dance,
Oh.
so to speak. Bum Lucas, jeez.
But you'll always have that one dance.
Yeah. Guess so.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'd forgotten of that story.
Yeah.
I don't know how that popped up.
I don't either, actually. I think it was you. Well, it all started with Hang On Sloopy.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
that and Crystal Chandelier was very popular.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Louie Louie, and
Mhm.
and then, but you really went for the slow dances. We didn't dance that
Oh,
many
yeah.
fast dances because you were all duded up,
Yeah.
so you just waltz around a little bit. Of course, dancing was just rocking back and forth basically. You didn't really do too many steps.
Mm-hmm.
Now my sister taught me the two-step when I went to my first sock hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, so I kind of remembered how to do that.
Yeah. I didn't really go to dances. They intimidated me.
I don't blame you.
I
See what happens at
didn't-
dances?
Yeah.
You get your
Didn't-
heart broke.
Yeah, right.
Get your toes stepped on and your heart broke.
Yeah.
You know what you could do?
What's that, Dave?
Take Shelly on a date.
Oh, okay.
You guys are a couple. There's not any danger of any heartbreak there.
No, hope not.
Take her to the Migration Festival.
Oh, okay. In Lex?
Yeah.
The 25th of March.
That sounds fun, doesn't it?
It does sound fun, yeah. You want me to talk about it again? Was that a
Oh, did you
segue?
already talk about it?
I did, yeah.
Well, would you review it?
I sure can. Sorry, you caught me off guard. Lexington Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring the Platte River Migration Fest. Beer, wine, and spirits, March 25th, noon to 5. It's all going to take place at Max Creek Winery and Brewery in Lexington. A lot of participating breweries, wineries, and spirits. It's an event that brings local breweries together under one roof to celebrate their craft. You can get your tickets for just $20. You can purchase them online at Eventbrite. You can also go to the Lexington Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, and you can purchase them right there at the door, too. It's all coming up on March 25th from noon to 5 at Lexington.
Is there anything else that needs to be done?
There are, actually. A couple of more things. Rustic and Red in Cozad. They're still having their sip and shop today, really. Every third Thursday of the month, they always do their sip and shop, and today it's the St. Patrick's Day sip and shop with St. Patty's Day tomorrow. And here's some of the things they'll be doing today. They're open from 10 until 7. Some of the specials they have going on today, taking 20% off Easter decor and items, 25% off ladies' apparel, and up in the loft, 75% off clearance loft items. That's all happening today at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Now, the sipping today will start at 4 o'clock. Join them today. They're open from 10 to 7. Sipping starts at 4. It's the St. Patrick's Day Sip and Shop today at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Community College, Broken Bow campus, accepting applications for a full-time administrative assistant.
Thank you, Brent. Now, as we mentioned, Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill are featuring pizzas. Try one of their pizzas from 3:30 to 6:30, Wednesday through Sunday. And we gave you earlier all those wonderful ingredients that you can ask for. And don't forget about their daily happy hour drink specials that they're having from 3:30 to 6:30 each day. A great place for the whole family. Good food, good friends, good fun. Legends Neighborhood Grill in downtown Broken Bow. And we're going to be giving away a $25 gift card to somebody out there. But what they're going to have to do, there's a task at hand here.
Oh, okay.
We'll take the third caller at 872-2801 who is willing to go on the air with us and tell us their favorite song they danced to when they were a teenager.
Oh, okay.
So, what was your favorite song to dance to as a teenager? Be the third caller at 872-2801.
Matt Dolch with NK Corn talks about the newest corn class and what farmers can expect.
Really excited about our Field Forge series of NK corn products. It is the 21 products out of our portfolio that bring additional yield, agronomics, and consistency to the market. And certainly we expect higher yields for farmers with that group of products.
Dolch highlights new products for 2023 with a performance update from last year.
Performed exceptionally well. We look at our Field Forge class coupled with some of our new genetics and traits. We're launching 25% of our portfolio is brand new to the market out of our entire portfolio. That's the biggest corn launch class that NK's had in over a decade. So when you think about that from a genetic standpoint, we're certainly excited about products all the way from 82 to 117 RM or relative maturity, covering the broad vast of the U.S. And if you boil that down to specific products, it's the 110 RM class, the 115, and then even some of the earlier season products as well.
Find out more online at nkseeds.com.
We have Janice on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Now, as a teenager, for you, that hasn't been that long ago. I mean, so
right.
it could be newer songs because you're just very, very young.
Well, yes. And I can remember going to many high school dances where I would dance with my high school sweetheart, who is now my husband.
Oh, that's nice. What a great story.
And the song I remember the most was Damn Yankees.
Oh, yes. I know the song you're talking
band.
about. Yes. Oh, what was that hit?
Was it called Higher?
Maybe. I know the song you're talking about, Janice. I do, because that was right in my time period, too, growing up.
And I don't know why that song comes to my mind, but I can remember slow dancing with my sweetheart.
Oh. Was he a good dancer?
No. Still is not. No. I'm not going to lie.
Well, but you stayed together whether he was a good dancer or not.
That's right. There were many better points that he had than dancing. So.
Well, he can't be good at everything, right?
No, that's true. That's true. Yes.
Well, you know what you can do? You can take your sweetheart to Legends Grill here in Broken Bow and get a $25 head start. Will that be good?
That would be fabulous.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys.
You bet. We'll have the gift card out front for you to stop by and pick it up and enjoy.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, loved your story. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, yeah, thanks.
Bye. All right.
I think it was High Enough.
High Enough.
I think. Yeah. Damn Yankees. 1990.
Oh my, she is young, Janice. And she stayed with her wonderful husband even though he couldn't dance very well.
Yeah.
No, we didn't ask, did they just rock back and forth, or did they try to do the two? They might have did some country dancing, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Country dancing would be fun to do if you knew how to, do it.
Yeah.
You took some lessons, or did you?
What?
Have
No,
you?
I've never had dancing lessons.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I do. How much time we got?
Well,
are we done with the show?
Jeremy's over there.
Or do we need to
wondering-
kill more time?
Well, are we good to go, aren't we? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
I won't.
no,
I
go
won't share
ahead.
the story though.
Go ahead.
That's kind of embarrassing.
Well, That's the kind we like, isn't it, Jeremy?
We've been talking about dances. I don't know if kids do this anymore, but back when I was growing up, you always had the roller skating party. Remember that? We'd always go to Skate Island in Grand Island.
Oh.
And when I was in junior high, I had a girl go with me.
You have a crush on her?
Yeah, we sat in the same bench seat there on the bus, and
baby. Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so awesome, and got out to roller skating, and Brent just kept falling down. I wasn't doing it on purpose either. I just kept falling down. It was horrible. It was a rough night, and let's just say that on the ride home, she sat with somebody else.
Oh,
that crushed me.
Do you think it was?
I think it was because I wasn't a good roller skater. I don't know. Maybe she was just looking for an excuse to dump me.
Well, sometimes that happens at that age. Don't let it.
That was crushing.
Get to you.
So excited. I'm like, wow, this is cool. I'd like kind of have a date. You know?
Yeah.
Sitting by a nice girl, on the way to the roller skating party, and then sitting by myself on the way home.
I feel bad for you.
And thanks. I wish I wouldn't have brought it up. I'm like getting crushed all over again.
Well, I was with a gal. We used to roller skate in Ravenna.
Oh, yeah.
There's roller skating in Ravenna.
Uh-huh.
And went there a few times. And usually someone broke their arm.
That's not good.
They did. They run into the stage, and that was it. They'd have to go get a cast. So before we close, real quick, we want to acknowledge that Runza has been serving us for 15 years, and they were acknowledged of that accomplishment this past Saturday at the Chamber Banquet, bringing to the table 70-plus years of restaurant experience between Kevin and Joyce Richardson, and with the help of their daughter, became the Runza franchisee and opened the doors June 6, 2008. The Broken Bow Runza was the 80th location in the Runza family of restaurants and operates and franchise restaurants in Nebraska, Colorado, Iowa, and Kansas. And I would just say at this time, we believe the Runza here in the Broken Bow is the very best one.
I won't argue that. I'm right there with you. I believe that.
Congratulations to Kevin and Joyce Richardson and the family for a wonderful 15 years, and we would be lost without Runza. So thanks so much.
Yes.
All right, I think we've spilled our guts enough today.
Yeah, kind of what the show turned into in the last hour, didn't it? Brent and Dave just
here's a real
spilling
quick one
out
to
stuff
close.
that happened to them in the past when they were kids.
I thought on New Year's Eve that I had a date with Joan Knight.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I picked everybody up in the car I was driving, and I realized that there was another guy in the car who thought he had a date with Joan Knight.
Oh.
On the same night.
Well, now.
The rest of the story is something that we don't have time to tell.
Oh,
but
okay.
It turned into we got married later.
Yeah, that's good.
Have a great day.
See ya.
Real rock. 95.3 KBBN Broken Bow for farmers and ranchers who rock.
CBS News Brief. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is testifying before senators on Capitol Hill right now about those 2 bank failures over the past week.
I can reassure the members of the committee that our banking system is sound and that Americans can feel confident